welcome back to my channel. My name is AJ. Join me, let's glam up my beautiful client who is acting as a bridesmaid for her friend's wedding. So, first thing first, I cleanse her face using my micellar cleansing water, moisturizing her skin using my Moist Essence moisturizer from Blossom Makeup. So after moisturizing, I'm going in with my second moisturizer, which is my Snails moisturizer. So she said I did this makeup very early in the morning and she's supposed to carry the makeup all day. So to achieve that perfect hydration, I went in with my Snails moisturizer and Moist Essence moisturizer. So after every face prep product, I use my fan to dry before moving to the next. So for primer, I'm using my Miss Metic Aqua Grip primer. So she has a dry skin, so I'm going in with my Miss Metic Aqua Grip primer. So I just grip the makeup to her skin. So I want the makeup to last longer. So can you see, after applying it, I use my fan to dry it up. So for foundation, I'm using my V Beauty foundation. I use a very soft and damp beauty sponge from Alabama to blend the foundation into her skin. Can you see how it matches her skin tone? Yeah. So blend it very well to make sure you push the foundation gently into her skin, right? So for contour, I'm using my Ava foundation, which is 2 shades darker than her skin. So I just applied underneath the cheekbone. Then apply some around the temple. So for blush, I'm going in with my orange shade from my Girl blush cream blush palette. So I just apply on the cheek, blending from the upper of the cheek towards the temple. For concealer, I'm using my Nuban Beauty concealer, the lighter shade of this concealer. I wanted a bright T-zone, so I just apply the concealer, blend, apply around the under eye area. So what are the areas we apply concealer on? The under eye, the bridge of the nose, the forehead, and a little bit on the chin. So I just blend and lifting the face from the edge of the eye. So for the upper section, I did the same thing. So when blending, I make sure I use a clean section of my beauty sponge to blend the demarcation. Then I went in with my Kiss Beauty setting spray. Yeah, I like the setting spray. It's very cheap but it does the work, right? It really melts down the makeup into the skin. So to set the face, I use my Mirac setting powder in the shade Ginger to set the highlighted area. So to set the rest of the face, I'm using my powder from my V Beauty powder palette, which is equivalent to her skin tone. So for the forehead area, I just use a shade which is 1 shade darker than her skin. So I'm not going to contour that area again. So after setting the rest of the face, I'm going in now with my blush, my orange blush from my exclusive powder blush palette. Did my powder contour the nose. Yeah, so at this point I'm setting again, melting down the powder, the makeup with my Kiss Beauty setting spray. So to bake, I'm using my same Mirac setting powder in the shade Ginger. Yeah, to bake. So I'm just lifting the eye from the edge of lifting the face from the edge of the eye. So as I'm baking, I just make sure I snatch the nose to make her nose pointed. Then I left a generous quantity of the setting powder around the under eye area to make sure every moisture around the area is absorbed. So for eyeshadow and brows, I started by laying down the hair first using my brows gel from Nikki's Signature. Then moving on to eyeshadow, she said she wanted a full cut crease look, pink cut crease look with the crease line with glitter applied on the crease line. So I placed my eyeshadow base, which is my concealer from Adventure. Then I went in with the brown shade from my Naked Beauty, not Naked Beauty, sorry, from my Annie's Beauty Meet the Brown palette. So I went in with that first shade from the Meet the Brown palette. Then I went in now with a darker shade still from that Meet the Brown palette. So I just blend around the crease line, blending from the inner corner to the outer corner. So to cut the crease, you see that her eyeballs are full, so I'm not going to really cut the crease right above. I'm going to do it in a way, when you're cutting the crease, do it in a way that when she open her eyes, the crease line will not be visible, right? So after cutting the crease, I'm going to apply my concealer on it, then use my fluffy brush to blend in. Can you see at this point I'm just placing a concealer on the crease area, the area which I have cut. So I use my fluffy brush to blend. So after blending thoroughly for both sides, I'm going in with the pink shade from my V Beauty Naked eyeshadow palette, right? So that's it. Now moving on to the pigment on the crease line. So she wanted something like a silver, not silver, sorry, a silver pigment mixed with pink. So first of all, you don't just go ahead to apply the loose pigment like that. So I first of all place my glitter glue from Classic. I place my glitter glue on the crease line, the area which I want to put the glitter glue will help to hold the glitter, right? So after placing my glitter glue, I just allow it for some time to get tacky. And then I use my small pointed brush. I first of all apply some of the glitter glue on the brush. Leave it to get tacky so that it can, when you pick up the glitter, there will be no fly, it will not be flying around. So when I pick it up, I just place it on the crease area on the crease line, sorry. So for the waterline, I'm going in with my Tehila Brows gel liner, yeah. So I'm just lining the waterline. For the upper eye lining, waterlining again, I did the same thing. I just asked her to look up, yeah. So when you're lining the under eye, always give break, like give time, like little break for the client to like feel relaxed and blink the eye so that it will not kind of irritate and the client will not tear up. So at this point, I was just lining the upper eyelid. Yeah, so after that, I'll use my Zaron mascara to brush her natural lashes before going in with my false lashes. Yeah. So moving on to brows. After checking the brows, I realized the brows shade wasn't dry completely. So I applied my setting powder on it, use my fluffy brush to blend to make sure there's no moisture. Then flatten my angle brush. So when I'm drawing my brows, I always have my tissue paper with me, dry tissue paper, which I use to flatten my angle brush each time because the gel gets dry on it. So after outlining the brows, I filling the brows using my well sharpened and well sharpened and pointed Davis pencil in the shade 018. Yeah, so I see I'm giving hair-like strokes, right? Yeah. So make sure your pencil is well sharpened when you're doing so. So I'll repeat the same thing for the other section of the brows. So moving on to concealing the brows, I'm going to be using my concealer from Spotless Concealer. Yeah, I'm going to be using my Spotless Concealer. I'll be using the lighter shade of the Spotless Concealer for the not for the beginning, like yes, towards from this section. I'm going to be using my lighter shade so I'm using the tips of my angle brush. This one is my concealer brush. It's still an angle brush. I'm using the tips. Remember, I've already done the eyeshadow, so you don't need too much concealer to soil the eyeshadow. So you just use just a tip of the brush to just clean the edges of the brows. And when you're doing so, make sure you don't completely wipe up the eye outline. So after that, I'll just use my brush again to blend, go in with the upper section, just clean up the areas that I think that they're not really straight and they have some imperfection. So for the lips, I started by outlining the lips using my gel liner from Nikki KR gel liner. So after outlining, each time you outline the lips, before going in with your main color, always blend. So after outlining, I'm going to go in with my small fluffy brush to blend the edges such that there'll be no harsh line. Then I went in with this pink shade from Joa Makeup. So I went with that pink shade, blended. So when I'm blending, I place my small fluffy brush on the line separating the dark, which I use in outlining, and the main background color. So I just blend the edges just to make sure there's a smooth transition. We don't want any demarcation, right? Yeah, so I still use my small fluffy brush again to blend and blend, making sure everything is in place. So for the setting powder, which I use in baking, the one under the eye, I first of all started off by dusting up, taking up the excess eyeshadow fallout like the pink glitter. Then after that, I go in with my, so when I'm blending or pressing in the setting powder around the under eye, I have my two angle brushes, just the fluffy brushes, small angle fluffy brush and big angle fluffy brush. So I use the big angle, I start blending from the edge. So when I'm at a spot where I think the big brush cannot do again, I'll just go in with my other small angle fluffy brush. So to melt down that makeup, I go with my Kiss Beauty setting spray again, then dry it down using my fan. So for highlighter, I'm using my Blossom Makeup highlighter. Can you see? I just want the face to pop out, right? So I apply my lip gloss from Avora Cosmetic to lock and see the makeup. I use my lock in spray. So finally, I'm going in with I'm brushing the bottom lashes using my Zaron mascara. Yeah, mascara always comes the last. Now this is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching, and bye guys.